On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
To throw on second down. Sharp looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Sharp. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Cardinals sit 6-3 on the year, and they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sharp.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Now, hang on here, because DeAndre Swift injured on that last play and in need of a little assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Bagley, and he stopped immediately there.
He was brought down by Trayvon Mullen.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. 20, 10, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Off play action. Sharp. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On third down, Bagley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. Taken in at the 22. 7-7, our score after one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to roam now. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
nah.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. He'll try again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front. Patterson now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Looking to throw on second down. Sharp. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken at the 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 69 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And some space here. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on 1st down. Sharp.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Bagley, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Bagley, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Lions have cut it back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This taken in at the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 61 yards.
And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because
he's got a man complete, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
118 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
A final shot before half from Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
A final shot before break. Murray completes this one to Thornton. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now Murray. He's going deep for Brown.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift until about the 23.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Sharp. That is caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Sharp. Williams brings it in. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
He's not going to get me. 48 smart.
Throwing now is Murray. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Got a man. It's Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Sharp. Going right side here, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Bagley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sharp. And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray off play action. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tyquan Thornton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Sharp. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Murray with a 3rd and long. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. The 20. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip the... position there. A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Operating from the gun. Sharp. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Sharp. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They will run it with Swift here. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense,
all hope is not lost.
Check Mike 21. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Play clock down to 2. We're going to get a timeout here as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Arizona, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers.